So our first method is going to be the substitution method, and we can use this to solve a system. So say for example we are looking at the system of 4x minus 3y equal to 14 and x minus 2y is equal to 1. Let's go ahead and go through some steps to solve this one. So step number 1, what we want to do is solve for a variable in one of the equations. So in this case, step 1, solve for a variable. So solve for a variable in one of the equations. So in one of the equations. And the reason we want to do this is so that we have something to substitute into the other equation. So let's go ahead and look at x minus 2y is equal to 1 and try to solve it for x, because this would be very convenient. So x minus 2y is equal to 1. We can go ahead and solve for x just by adding 2y over to our right hand side. So this will give us an x is equal to a 1 plus a 2y. And now we can go ahead and perform step 2. So step 2, what we want to do is take what we just solved for and substitute it back into our other equation. So step 2, substitute back into other equation. So into and then other equation. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to go ahead and take x is equal to 1 plus 2y and put it back into the other equation, which is 4x minus 3y equal to 14. So that will give us a 4, and we said x is now equal to this 1 plus 2y. So x is going to be equal 1 plus 2y. And then finally minus 3y, and that's going to be equal to a positive 14. So let's go ahead and simplify here. 4 times 1 and the 4 times the 2y will get us a 4 plus an 8y minus 3y, and that's finally going to be equal to a positive 14. And we can go ahead and further simplify. So let's combine our y's here and subtract that 4 over to our right hand side. So subtracting the 4 and combining our y's, we are left with 5y equal to a positive 10. And the last thing that we need to do is go ahead and divide by 5 on both sides, leaving us with a y is equal to 2. So we have our y value. Now we need to go ahead and figure out what our x value is. So we're going to go ahead and take that y value and perform step 3. So step number 3, we can go ahead and use value. So in this case, the y value, if you get an x, you can use that as well and try to find your y value. But in our case, we have a y, so we need to find the x. So we're going to go ahead and use our value in one of the original equations. Okay, and doing so, what we should get is an x value, because that is what we want to find. So let's go ahead and plug it back into our original. Let's go ahead and pick that x minus 2y equal to 1. So x minus 2y is equal to 1. We have the y value, which is equal to 2. So let's go ahead and make a substitution here. 2 times the 2 is now equal to 1. And let's further simplify. So this will give us an x minus a 4 equal to a positive 1. So add your 4, and x is equal to a positive 5. So what does this give us? Well, this should give us a point. So a point with x value 5 and a y value of a 2.